Welcome to Grandma's 59 Clever Food Storage Hacks You'll Wish You Knew Sooner. Let's dive straight into the practical, old-school tips Grandma used to keep food fresher, longer, without fancy gadgets or wasted groceries. 1. Line your shelves with wax paper. Grandma didn't waste time scrubbing sticky fridge shelves. She lined them with wax paper to catch spills, crumbs, and leaks before they became a mess. When something spilled, she just pulled out the wax paper and replaced it. No elbow grease needed. It also protected glass and plastic shelves from scratches and permanent stains. You can use parchment or even brown paper bags in a pinch. This simple hack kept her fridge spotless and made cleaning day a breeze. Every few weeks, she'd swap them out, giving the fridge a quick freshen up without any scrubbing. No chemicals, no stress, just clean, old-school practicality. 2. Store leafy greens with a paper towel. Lettuce, spinach, and herbs go limp fast, but Grandma had a fix. She wrapped them loosely in a paper towel and stored them in a plastic or cloth bag. The towel absorbed excess moisture that causes wilting, while still keeping things cool and crisp. It extended the life of her produce by days, sometimes over a week. She always changed the towel every couple days to keep it dry. This meant less food waste and fewer grocery runs. It's a simple way to get the most out of your produce and stretch every dollar, just like she did. 3. Keep butter soft with a covered dish. Before modern fridges had special butter compartments, Grandma used a ceramic butter dish with a lid. She kept her butter in the fridge door, not the coldest part, so it stayed just cool enough to prevent spoilage, but soft enough to spread. No more tearing your toast with a cold brick of butter. This hack made breakfast quicker and cleanup easier. Some days, especially in winter, she even left it on the counter in a cool spot for perfect spreading texture. Smart, simple, and effective. 4. Label everything with the date. You wouldn't find mystery leftovers in Grandma's fridge. She labeled jars, bowls, and containers with masking tape and the date they went in. This helped her know what to eat first and what to toss, avoiding waste and bad smells. She didn't have fancy dry erase boards or apps, just a pencil and a roll of tape. It also helped during meal prep, so she could plan meals around what needed to be used up. It's a classic method that works just as well today, especially in big households where things get forgotten in the back of the fridge. 5. Use an open box of baking soda. Grandma always had a box of baking soda sitting in the back of the fridge, not to cook with, but to absorb odors. It neutralized smells from onions, garlic, leftovers, and anything else that lingered. Every 30 days, she'd replace the box to keep things fresh. Some days she'd even sprinkle a bit in the bottom drawers, before lining them with paper towels to absorb both smell and moisture. No plugins, sprays, or artificial scents, just one simple ingredient doing its job quietly. It's still one of the best ways to deodorize your fridge naturally. 6. Use egg cartons to store condiments. Condiment bottles always fall over or leak, but not in Grandma's fridge. She reused empty egg cartons to store bottles upside down. This kept ketchup, mustard, and dressings ready to pour without shaking or waiting. It also prevented gunk from collecting around the lids. She trimmed the top of the carton so it fit perfectly in the fridge door. This hack not only kept things tidy, but also reduced waste. She never let a drop of sauce go unused. It's a smart way to reuse what you have and keep your fridge organized. 7. Keep apples away from leafy veggies. Grandma knew her produce. Apples give off ethylene gas, which ripens fruit but ruins leafy greens fast. She stored apples on a separate fridge shelf, or better yet, in a bowl on the counter, so they wouldn't wilt the lettuce or kale. This small habit kept her greens fresher longer and prevented soggy surprises in the crisper drawer. It's a tip rooted in simple science and a sharp eye for detail. If you've ever wondered why your salad mix spoils quickly, check where you've been storing your apples. 8. Use glass jars for leftovers. Plastic containers warp, stain, and smell. Grandma preferred wide-mouth glass jars for storing soups, stews, sauces, and even chopped veggies. They sealed tightly, were easy to clean, and didn't absorb food odors. She could see exactly what was inside. which meant less forgotten food and fewer surprises in the back of the fridge. She reused old pickle jars, canning jars, and jelly containers. No need to buy anything special. They stacked neatly and kept things fresher than cheap plastic ever could. 9. Store milk in the back, not the door. It might be easier to grab, but the fridge door is the warmest spot. Grandma always kept her milk and other perishables in the back, where the temperature stayed coldest and most consistent. That way, milk lasted longer and spoiled less. She taught us never to leave the fridge open for long. Quick open, quick close. That's how you protect the items in the back and keep everything fresh. A simple rule that makes a surprising difference, especially if you shop in bulk or go days between trips. 10. Freeze extra fresh herbs in the fridge before they spoil. When her garden herbs started to wilt, Grandma acted fast. She'd chop them up, place them in a bit of olive oil or water, and stash them in a tiny jar or a sectioned tray in the fridge. The cold preserved their color and flavor for another few days. She'd use them in soups or scrambled eggs without waste. This was especially useful with parsley, basil, and dill. It's a great last-minute move if your herbs are about to turn and you're not ready to cook with them right away. 11. Keep cheese fresher with wax paper. Plastic suffocates cheese and makes it sweat, which can lead to mold or a rubbery texture. But Grandma had a better method. She wrapped cheese in wax paper, then placed it in a loosely sealed bag or container. The wax paper let it breathe, while the bag kept moisture levels balanced. Hard cheeses like cheddar and Swiss lasted much longer this way. She even wrote the date on the wrap so she could keep track of how long it had been in the fridge. If the cheese started drying out, she rubbed a bit of butter on the edges to bring it back to life. 12th. Store lemons in water for weeks of freshness. Grandma didn't let lemons shrivel in the drawer. Instead, she placed them whole in a mason jar filled with water and kept it in the fridge. The water sealed out air and helped the lemons retain their moisture, extending their life for weeks. They stayed plump, juicy, and ready for baking, tea, or salad dressing. This trick worked especially well with organic lemons that tend to spoil faster. It's a clever and cost-saving method for anyone who buys lemons in bulk or uses them daily. 13. Make a lazy Susan for the back of the fridge. If Grandma couldn't reach it, she made it move. She took an old cake turntable or recycled a spinning tray and placed it on the fridge shelf. Then she loaded it with jars and condiments. One spin, and everything was visible and within reach. No more forgotten pickles or spoiled salsa hiding in the back. This hack made meal prep faster and kept the fridge from turning into a clutter trap. It also helped her avoid buying duplicate jars of mustard or mayo she didn't realize she already had. 14. Revive wilted veggies with a cold water bath. Grandma never threw out limp carrots or wilted celery. Instead, she revived them with a simple cold water bath. She trimmed the ends and soaked the veggies in a bowl of ice water for a couple of hours. The fibers reabsorbed moisture, plumping the produce back to life. This worked for leafy greens too. Just soak and dry gently with a towel before using. It was one of her favorite waste-saving tricks, especially when harvests were heavy or she shopped once a week. 15. Use a binder clip to hang bags under shelves. Grandma was crafty with what she had. She used binder clips from the desk drawer to hang small food bags underneath fridge shelves. All she had to do was clip the bag and hook the clip's handle onto the metal shelf grid. Suddenly, there was room for chopped veggies, snack packs, or herbs in midair, saving space and making use of often wasted vertical storage. This hack made it easy to keep smaller items visible and within reach. 16th. Label leftovers by day of the week. To prevent any food from going to waste, Grandma used a simple system. She labeled leftovers with the day of the week they were cooked. Monday's stew, it had a Mon sticker. Thursday's baked beans. TCU. She used masking tape and a marker, no fancy gadgets required. This helped her rotate meals properly so nothing sat in the fridge too long. Her rule: if it wasn't eaten by the third day, it either got frozen or turned into soup. 17. Keep berries fresh with a vinegar rinse. Berries are expensive and quick to mold, but Grandma had a preventative trick. As soon as she brought them home, she rinsed them in a solution of 1 part white vinegar to 3 parts water. After a quick soak and a thorough drying, she stored them in a breathable container lined with paper towels. The vinegar killed mold spores and bacteria without altering the taste. It gave her a few more precious days to enjoy strawberries, blueberries, or raspberries without wasting a single